You think I have opportunities here for my son?
Do I think there's a better future for your son?
Yeah.
I don't think your son or my son has any hope.
Oh, but what if, for example, we get rid of the freaking AR-15s, like the one that shot my son 4 times in the Parkland shooting? Shouldn't that be an option to bring a better future for your kids?
I missed what you said. Are you saying a gun shot your son?
What can you say about Alex Jones that hasn't already been said?
Alex Jones has hosted radio and internet shows. He's basically like the Gangnam Style of the far right.
Alex Jones, the Walter Cronkite of shrieking batshit gorilla clowns.
Alex Jones is professional wrestling. Okay, it's just that he is a more toxic and dangerous form of this.
One thing I know for sure is that Alex Jones represents America in a big way. Some might even say a hugely big way.
Donald Trump, again, joins us.
Thank you, Alex. Your reputation's amazing. I will not let you down. You will be very, very impressed, I hope.
A beefed up, screaming, red-blooded maniac prepared to completely eviscerate anybody he deems his enemy. Now, that's not America. I don't know what is.
But only in America does it happen, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it right now. I can't handle it more. Get away from me, racist! She's gone! What is my problem?
And that's all a lot of people ever focus on with Alex Jones. How entertaining it is to see him rage. But that's all part of the design.
You better believe you got one!
You cannot top that.
People kind of get mad at me when I say this, but we don't deserve Alex Jones. Like, he is...
That body.
He is... Yeah, he's hot. He's so fucking hot. He is creating content at a higher level. The only problem is that, like, other people can't appreciate him in the way that we do.
Alex Jones parades around onto basically every show that will platform. Getting blackout drunk with Blair White and getting choked unconscious on the El Segundo podcast, all for the purpose of driving more people to his website.
Hey, good job. Infowars.com/show. And I'm very thankful for shows like yours that have the courage to have me on, because when you're censored and deplatformed, I have my own audience at Infowars.com. I have my own, video streaming system at Band.video. I have a weekday show.
Infowars is a cash cow for Alex Jones, earning him over $150 million in less than 3 years.
People on the street, and also folks that call in on the show, constantly give me credit and say, oh, you're so great. Oh, you're so wonderful. No, you're great. You're wonderful for keeping us on the air and spread the word.
But then, as the story always goes with Alex Jones, Infowars came under attack for trying to spread the real, unfiltered truth.
This is just completely, absolutely made up.
Initials by juror.
Bravo.
Two plaintiffs, Donna Sosa.
What a political joke. What a weaponized system. Because all they want some $1 billion number. This is ridiculous. 57 million, 20 million, 50 million, 80 million, 100 million, blah, blah. You get $1 million, you get 100 million, you get a 50 million.
Slander damages.
Now, obviously, Alex Jones wasn't just going to pay the $1.1 billion he owed to the Sandy Hook families. So instead, he did just about the most American thing you can do. Refuse to pay, hide all your assets in offshore accounts, and file for phony bankruptcy.
And the judge today said that she will hold me in criminal contempt if I say I'm innocent, if I say I'm bankrupt, if I say I wasn't the first person to question Sandy Hook.
Between all the bankruptcy proceedings and multiple lawsuits and permabans, you would think Alex Jones would be out for the count. But it's actually quite the opposite.
Elon Musk has launched a major poll. There's about 8 hours left at the time we're posting this, and 70% of the people, over 1 million that have responded, have said that they want yours truly, Alex Jones, reinstated to X, formerly Twitter. Less than a day after being reinstated to X, I was on Mario Nafal's #1 X Spaces program. It had over 120,000 people watching at one time, more than 8 million watched it by the time it was over.
Elon Musk's hit new website, xvideos.com, is currently the only website that's allowing Alex Jones to have an account. And they quite literally just let him back up. And let me tell you, over on X, Alex Jones is the talk of the town, which is great because last week, everybody was talking about how Elon's new car was failing some kind of a crumple test or something like that. Who can remember? Alex Jones is back.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big deal. It's historic. It's very important. Elon Musk understands that.
Now that he's back on the platform, Alex Jones can get back to asking the important questions from before he was banned. What were those questions again?
They want to scare everybody away from freedom and scare us away from questioning Uvalde and what really happened there, or Parkland or any other event. And guess what? We're not scared, and we're not going away, and we're not going to stop.
When Alex Jones raises questions about the legitimacy of school shootings, people rightfully get very upset.
That's very studied levels of fraud, by the way. What Shannon and stuff are involved in is next level, where they know you know you're lying. And just think of how they're using children as a fraud. Nicholas Cruz, while the shooting was ongoing, he didn't have a gun. And I know I keep making this point, but it shows the fraud. They're all crisis actors who weren't actually there, brought in. They construct different whole pieces of like a fake universe to then connect all of it in together. So then once they've got that whole artificial construct, then they think you might buy into it.
In 2018, my younger sister survived a school shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas.
Carly Novell, a senior, survived the shooting rampage at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School by hiding in a closet with her classmates.
High school senior Carly Novell is talking about the scariest day of her life, cowering in a closet during the Valentine's Day massacre.
I was in between two people panicking, and I was just trying to make sure they were okay.
Almost immediately afterwards, she started getting inundated by conspiracy theorists. We're calling her a crisis actor too. Shootings in general are kind of a sore subject in my family.
The same thing happened to Carly's grandfather 69 years ago. The year was 1949. The place, Camden, New Jersey. Howard Unruh was a World War II vet who snapped and mowed down 13 people. It is considered to be the first mass shooting spree in U.S. history. Carly's grandpa, Charles Cohen, survived by hiding in a closet above his parents' drugstore. His family was slaughtered around him.
We shouldn't have to hide in a closet. We shouldn't have to hide. Our kids shouldn't be scared to go to school.
So when Alex Jones questions the validity of a tragedy like this, and then fundraises millions of dollars and sicks his brain-dead fans on the victims and families, what do you even do in response to that?
Funded by George Soros.
So there it was. Not just the contact information for Alex Jones himself, but almost more importantly, the contact information for his show producer, Daria Kazbova. Even though I had Alex Jones' phone number, I knew the only way that I could get him on camera was through Daria. So the conversation had to go flawlessly. Hi, Daria. My name is Mark Edelman. I'm the producer of Louis C.K.'s new podcast. I'm reaching out to you because we would like to have Alex Jones sit down with Louis for the very first episode of the show. Let me know your thoughts / availability after the Thanksgiving holiday. Thanks. So that was that. Louis C.K., was scheduled to interview Alex Jones. The only problem? There is no Louis C.K.
A lot of anger in Parkland tonight toward disgraced comedian Louis C.K. That coming after he actually made a joke about the massacre at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School.
Isn't that interesting? because you went to a high school where kids got shot? Why does that mean I have to listen to you? How does that make you interesting? You didn't get shot. You pushed some fat kid in the way.
Louis kind of the perfect red herring in all of this.
Oh, you're talking to me. I'm friends with Alex Jones.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's the ultimate example of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
On
There
a
you
big
go.
scale, too. That's got to be hard.
The biggest scale.
Oh,
the
God.
biggest scale in the world.
That takes a lot of fortitude to just to hang in there.
He's not a bad guy.
It was clear to me from the beginning of all this that I couldn't just confront Alex Jones on my own. When Priest alone called Alex Jones, he used an AI Tucker Carlson.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey, Alex, it's Tucker. Do you have a minute to talk?
Absolutely.
So maybe if he pulled that off, I could make like a whole deep fake Louis C.K.
You told me that you're an actor.
This is true, yeah.
For this role, I'm basically looking for someone who can really capture Louis C.K.
Okay.
You familiar with Louis C.K.'s work?
Somewhat, yeah.
So, could you give me your best Louis C.K. impression?
Sure, yeah. Let's see.
Oh, no. I mean like talking, like a talking impression.
Okay. Sure.
And just like that, I had Louis C.K. saying basically whatever I wanted.
Okay, before we go any further, I do need to introduce a special guest, my penis.
But who would be the one to actually confront Alex Jones? So I reached out to some old friends from Parkland for help.
What is this organization all about?
It's all about saving lives, Trevor. It's all about creating coalitions throughout different communities around this country so that we can come together and create a united front for change. This is way more than just Parkland. This is about the communities around this country that suffer from day-to-day gun violence and gun violence in many different forms.
When I think about Alex Jones, the first thing that I think about is he should be taken seriously as a threat, a malicious threat to people's lives, but he's treated more as like a clown or a goof because he says things that out of context can be taken as funny or comedy.
Through our activism, through our speaking out and working with both politicians on the federal and local level, we've seen over 67 state laws be passed since the tragedy at our high school.
The danger comes from his following. Like the things that he does and the things that he says wouldn't be as impactful without the following behind him. The people, the rabid fan base. There would be people who would confront me and my friends in public, questioning the trauma and the violence that we had experienced. And that sort of questioning of reality on a near daily basis in public for several months was just an absolute onslaught. And again, this is during a time that you're grieving, you're mourning, you're trying to pick up the pieces of your life. And there are these people who are saying you're a liar, you're a crisis actor, everything you're saying is for George Soros or some other person that you've never met and barely heard of.
When we were on a book tour for Glimmer of Hope, we were doing like speaking events in different cities, and we went to Providence, Rhode Island, and there was a man who came up to me and like talked to me about how he thought Parkland didn't happen and like that they just made it up. And I spoke to him about seeing people I knew in open caskets with bullet holes in them and like knowing the families and like victims personally.
When you do talk with him, when you do confront people like Alex Jones, you are making them less comfortable. And frankly, we need people like that to be less comfortable in our society. They are able to be out there, mask off, saying their things, espousing what it is that they do. And as we've seen with people like Musk platforming them, they really don't get too many consequences. So we have to make the consequences for people like Alex Jones.
Why do people like Alex Jones attack school shooting survivors? Is because like, the fascists love a victim that fights back ineffectively. Young people who have gone through what the young people in our community went through fight back differently than someone who's a parent, right? And they can say different things to the kids that survived than they can say to a parent who lost their kid, right? I think Manny is perfect in that way because he wears his heart on his sleeve. And yeah, he's a creative and tenacious spirit. I mean, he's been fighting nonstop for the memory of his son and for a better world ever since he lost his son.
Recently,
I heard this great line from a comedian. He said, if you want people to forget that you were jerking off, just make a joke about kids getting shot. And I thought, jokes about kids getting shot? I can do that. You're the one about the kid that walks into the school on Valentine's Day, skinny kid, wearing headphones, and gets dropped by his dad, and he says, I love you, and gets out of the car and walks into the school, and then gets shot to death a couple of hours later. You guys ever heard dead baby jokes? I got a dead baby. His name was Joaquin Oliver. He was going to be 18, but now he's dead. And that's not a joke.
Manuel Oliver is the best person to confront someone like Alex Jones.
We can make meaningful progress on dealing with gun violence. Because make no mistake, sit down, you'll hear what I have to say. If you think you...
I'm trying to tell you this for years.
Let me finish my comment.
Manuel isn't just an incredibly talented artist and activist, though. He also runs a nonprofit called Change the Rev, using urban art and nonviolent creative confrontation to advocate for the eradication of the gun violence epidemic.
Change the Rev will give our young generation the tools they need to be empowered to make changes to critical issues that affect our nation through education, conversation, and activism.
And just like that, I had a whole team together. You can try all you want to plan for these things, but in the end, all you can really do is hope for the best and join the call. Do you guys have a camera on Alex?
Yes, that's his microphone right there. He's just stepped out to use the bathroom. He'll be right back.
All right. We're just on hold until you guys are ready, but we'll let the intro play and then we'll feed you into the studio, okay?
I'm here. Get the microphone. I'll be out of power. How am I doing? Okay. I'm good about it. Yeah, will somebody grab me a coffee? I'm about cross-eyed here. Oh, Jesus Christ. We meet again. All right. Sorry I'm 3 minutes late.
Whenever you guys are ready.
Hooked up. Hey, good to see you, man. How you doing?
Art Alex Jones. Welcome to the Louis C.K. podcast. Welcome to the show.
Man, you guys jump right into it. I never sat down, like 3 seconds later I'm on. Wow, here we are. This is fast.
I'm so glad we could get you on here. We've actually been trying to get Crowder on, but we haven't heard anything back from his people. So,
Well, I'll talk to Stephen for you.
how you been, man? How's life? How's everything going?
I'm busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
All right, so before we go any further, I do need to bring out a special guest. His name is Manuel Oliver, and you really would like to speak with you.
Manuel, nice to meet you, my friend.
Nice meeting you. Thank you, Louis. This is incredible. Great opportunity to exchange ideas here.
You look like Ernest. You look like Ernest Hemingway. You're a very manly man.
I can hardly write or read, but thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I can drink like Hemingway, though. That's for sure.
I can fight like him too.
So listen, as probably you can tell, I'm an immigrant. I come from Venezuela. I moved to this country looking for freedom. I think I found it. Question for any of you two. What is it that we should do, us immigrants? What is that formula to fit better into your society?
I think immigrants are a great part of America, as long as we have an American culture here for them to assimilate to. But instead, the big banks, the Federal Reserve, and others have basically shut them down with lockdowns, collapsed them, and then organized them in a leftist ideology. I saw Louis on with Joe Rogan about a year ago or so, whenever it was, saying, oh, well, the whole world's crappy. Let's bring them here and make it crappy. No, I say let's make the whole world good, and let's aspire to a civilization and not all commit mutual seppuku.
I can't agree more. I mean, but I got people that is fighting back with other arguments. As I told you, Venezuela, come on, really? Freedom. And now I live here, and I think I found the right place. I'm honored to be able to raise my kids here. So,
no, I think immigrants, I mean, on average, but this happens anywhere. Your kids and grandkids will be incredibly spoiled. So whether you're white, black, Hispanic, whatever, Asian, your grandkids, on average, will be spoiled brats. So it is really true that on average, immigrants, do appreciate things better. And so I'm all for immigrants. We just can't take 5-10 million a year, especially when there's no economy for them to get into because of the industrial shutdown and the energy cutoff under the Great Reset we've been witnessing.
Well, we can help on that too. Remember that some of us vote, so we're going to make sure that things change for good. And also keep in mind that I'm here for opportunities for my kids. So if I need to work 3 jobs, that's not the problem. I want my kids to have a better future.
Well, we were also told with all the robotics and stuff, we work less, but notice on average, people are working more.
Right. You think I have opportunities here for my son?
Do I think there's a better future for your son?
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you and I and Louis work together to get the innovative technologies out and end the stagnation and the one-sided trade deals with China that don't help the Chinese people, only help the middlemen, I think your son has an incredible future. But with Hollywood and the establishment corporate posing as liberals, but really creating division, I don't think your son or my son has any hope.
Oh, but what if, for example, we get rid of the freaking AR-15s, like the one that shot my son 4 times in the Parkland shooting? Shouldn't that be an option to bring a better future for your kids?
I missed what you said. Are you saying a gun shot your son?
Yeah, an AR-15. Not only my son 6 years ago, and then probably 250,000 victims after that.
Well, let me explain something. This cigarette didn't give me lung cancer. If I get it, it's me smoking it. And if I drink 2 gallons of liquor a day and get liver failure, it was my decision that did it. It's not the gun that came out of a case and went and shot people. It was criminals, particularly in blue cities and blue states, the highest crime rates, that are out there committing crimes that caused that. You know, you take Brazil that has total gun control, or Mexico. they have probably on average 8-9 times, look it up, the gun crime, homicides, murders, torture, killing, and the average person can't own a gun. Take Chicago, take New York, total gun bans, highest crime rates. So it wasn't a gun that made the decision to shoot your son, and I'm sorry that happened. It was a criminal and whoever the gangbanger was that decided to do that.
The criminal with access to an AR-15, being only 19 years old and purchasing more than 1,000 ammunitions. You think that's
I mean,
fine?
Adam Lanza, the shooter at Sandy Hook, got the AR-15 Bushmaster and got his mother. They got $75 million or whatever for it. The victims of it. He got the gun. His mother bought it legally and gave it to him. That's her problem. So it's a mental illness problem. Almost all the mass shooters are on antipsychotics. They're on serotonin reuptake inhibitors. They're on antidepressants. The insert of the antidepressants, whether it's Luvox or whether it's Prozac, it says on the insert may make you commit suicide, delusions of grandeur, or mass murder. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good warning. I will put it on every gun. Like this might kill you or might make you kill some others.
Well, I mean, here's an example. Al Qaeda.
And by the way, back to the tobacco. Just hold on. Back to the tobacco industry. You know that you can sue them if at some point you want to, and you might have a fair trial, which I can't. You know that you can go after the tobacco industry with no problem. I cannot go behind and try to sue the gun industry because they have a green light.
Well, actually, the gun industry is getting sued out of existence. Let's just pull back here.
Go ahead.
We have massive numbers of people getting killed by cars every year. And that's just what happens on roadways and highways. We have prescription drugs killing 20 times conservatively every year what guns do. So being killed by a gun, if you take suicide out of the equation, is like the number 30 or 40th cause of death in this country. And most
But it's the first cause. It's the first cause for kids. But back to the cars. You know that the cars are manufactured for other reasons than killing people. You got it. You have a car.
Guns. I mean. Well, let me just stop you. I'm a major target, so I have an armed guard. I have an armed guard, trained and bonded, standing about 30 feet from me, who's here armed. But my whole crew has concealed carries, and there's guns all over this office, and we feel completely safe because we don't have lunatics working here.
But you're afraid. You're completely afraid if you have all that crew working just to protect you. Like you should live in a place. You should live in a place where you don't need that.
I'm not afraid. I'm in charge. I'm in charge, and I'm protected, and I'm surrounded by guns, just like any president or just like any movie star. But the average person can't afford armed security like I have at my house and like I have here at this office. At my house, there's a van with men with shotguns in it right now because I have death threats. And because I've been successful, I can pay for it. But the average person can't pay for that. And what's going to happen? I'm glad. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
That's good news.
Listen,
maybe you can pay to the Sandy Hook families, so you do have money.
Let me stop you. I was told I was calling on Louis C.K. I'm happy to interview him, but I want the crew to start recording this because I'm not a sneaky guy. I didn't come here to record this up front, so I want to start recording this because when I wipe the floor with this Marxist-Leninist Venezuela communist garbage, I'm not saying you're garbage, I'm saying the ideas are garbage. I want it to be aired. So you're on notice. We're now recording everything.
So what's the plan?
So that when I defeat you, you're not, and you're scared to air this, it's going to be aired. How dare Louis C.K., who won't even talk right now, say the rest of the world sucks. Let's bring in all the illegals to make America.
There is no Louis C.K., Alex. Alex, there is no Louis C.K. You're so stupid, man. There's no fucking Louis C.K.
Alex, go enjoy your X account. Go ahead. Post these on your X. This should be your first post on your account that you just got back.
The left are losing. You work for the big banks. You work for the establishment. Hollywood's collapsing. And then all you guys got to do is just sit here and try to like, oh, take a scalp from Alex Jones. You got real questions? Listen, if you don't like Second Amendment, go back to Venezuela.
I told you real questions. I asked you real questions.
And I gave you
the
real
same.
answers. And I gave you real answers. I was here to be interviewed by Louis C.K.
Yeah, lucky you were interviewed by me.
Here's a question for you. How do you have the money to have all these armed guards when you have to pay back the Sandy Hook families?
Well, there's a thing in America called appeals. And the judges in the rigged cases found me guilty and then told the juries how guilty I was. So I'm using the appeals process under the Constitution, Louis. Do you agree with me having an appeals process? Or do you go with the lie that I won't pay the $1.5 billion, which I don't even have, to these people that I never even talked about?
You're full of shit, Alex. Take care.
You guys are cucking out? You guys are pussying out?
I'm bored. No, giving me the same shit.
I'm the one who organized
We got some more Venezuelans telling us how great Hugo Chavez is. No, I'm right here. Come on, pussies. You guys are shitting your britches. Hey, you go to North Korea where you can have your guns taken. Oh, Louis C.K. America's too good. Bring in foreigners and illegals. We can get shithole too.
Be real. Where's Louis? You've seen one video of Louis and you think there's a Louis C.K. Be fucking for real for a second, dude.
Now Louis C.K. doesn't even exist now. He invited me on an interview. We got a bunch of bottom feeders that work for BlackRock and the Hollywood and the collapsing establishment shitting your britches. Louis C.K. couldn't come in here and interview me. And look, hey, how about Louis C.K.? Why don't you start jacking off in front of me? Huh? Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and start jerking your dick in front of me right now, Louis.
Dude, I'm busy. I got other shit to do. So
I know you're a big dog. It's your Venezuela now, isn't it? Go back to Venezuela, cocksucker.
Alex, I'm an American citizen. Hear me? I'm an American citizen. I live here.
Guns are banned for the general public.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with guns.
Go to Venezuela.
I have a problem with assholes like you. I have a problem with assholes like you that don't respect.
Yeah, I dare
don't
you
respect
to post
victims
this,
and don't respect
You're
families.
You're going to get destroyed.
Like me.
America's awake. We're rejecting your communism. And I want Louis C.K., to go ahead and pull his dick out right now and start jerking off in front of him.
You're so dumb that you still think that Louis C.K. is here. Take it easy, buddy. Good luck.
Hey, jerk-offs. You put him up on screen. You want to do your little deceptive liberal crap. You asked to come on the show. You sit there as a bunch of scumbags laughing because you're trash. You work for the big banks. You work for the establishment. You're a big joke. We already got him recorded on the screen. You guys are a deceptive sack of garbage, and everyone will see through you. Keep going, because I'm right here with you.
I'm right here with
Go ahead.
you.
You're gonna find me more followers.
But I'm definitely.
You're for Obama having armed guards. You're for Hillary having armed guards. You're for Jeff Bezos having armed guards. But you don't want the average person to have a gun for themselves. Go ahead and explain that to me.
Alex, ask me a serious question. Alex, serious question. You think my son Joaquin should have bring a gun to school so he could protect himself?
No, you put yourself in some blue city cesspit where Soros has let all the criminals loose, and then you blame the Second Amendment.
I live in Florida. I live in Florida, buddy.
Listen, if you go have a car wreck today because you're drunk driving, I don't lose my right to drive. Because someone commits a crime using a gun, I'm not now guilty. You understand? We don't have
collective punishment. How can you be so basic with your analogies?
We don't have collective punishment in America. We don't have collective punishment.
You're like a 5-year-old kid, dude. Really?
Oh,
you could be serious.
No. I was told I was on Louis C.K.
the right way, dude.
I was told I was being interviewed by somebody else. Now I've got a bunch of Hugo Chavezites that think they're God.
You have a car.
They're having their little moment to mess with me, and so I'm here talking to you.
No, I am also. Listen, you have a car and you think that your car is a weapon.
No, listen, we have video. We have emails. Hold on. We have emails with Louis C.K. saying he wanted this interview from his publicist, and we have you right now. So we're done with this discussion. I kicked your communist asses. You're losing. God bless and good luck. Disconnect them. Infowars.com. Alex Jones at Real Alex Jones. You're losing. Go back to Venezuela. Burn in hell.
Oh
Okay,
my
that was
God.
awesome, dude.
Holy shit.
Listen,
man.
do your magic. I'm gonna go and get a margarita in the bar.
Manny,
and just-
thank you so much. Thank you. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck was that? I'm worried that a lot of people are going to hear this call and think on the surface level that it's just another gun debate that we've heard hundreds of times over at this point. But it's actually something so much more than that. If you watch enough Infowars, or really any of Alex Jones's content, you'll notice something almost immediately. And no, it's not ads for red pill supplements. You'll notice that Alex Jones never has guests who actually disagree with him on his show.
This is not bragging. We don't say, oh, we're under attack for attention or because we like the attention, although of course everybody likes a little bit of attention, it's nice. But I can't do TV and I can't do radio and I can't publish books and I can't sell anything and I can't do live events because they systematically strangle you out of existence using every...
We're the heretics.
Yeah, exactly, using every resource at their disposal.
As far-right conservatives continue to isolate themselves further and further into the throes of fascism, having conversations like the one Manuel Oliver had with Alex Jones just won't be possible. It was already barely even possible. But that doesn't mean that we should just let these freaks hide away in their circle jerks of hate. We have to keep trying to speak truth to power.